The Tom Brady era in Tampa Bay is over, and the Buccaneers quarterback competition between Baker Mayfield and Kyle Trask has tightened in recent days. Here's how. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Scott Procter, and you know the deal by now, right? This is Procter's Point of View, and as always, we love hearing feedback from you all and receiving comments like this one right here. And stay tuned to the end to see if you can guess today's trivia question. Only 5 quarterbacks in Buccaneers history have had 10 game-winning drives. Can you name all 5? But to today's topic, is there a weaker division of NFL quarterbacks than the NFC South? The Saints will start Derek Carr, the Falcons will trot out Desmond Ridder, and the Panthers will start the division's only rookie quarterback in Bryce Young. That leaves the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are still recovering from the retirement of Tom Brady. Baker Mayfield signed a 1-year deal with the Bucs in March and was presumed to be the starter after a strong finish to last season with the LA Rams. But things haven't been going so well for Mayfield in training camp. On Saturday, Mayfield was picked off in 7-on-7s for his 7th interception through 9 practices. That ain't great. And as a former college quarterback myself, I can tell you that when you're throwing that many interceptions in a practice setting, you're either pressing and forcing the ball into places you shouldn't, or you're not completely grasping the offense or scheme. Now, since Baker is a veteran quarterback at this point in his career who showed us last season how quickly he can pick up a playbook, I don't think he's struggling from a scheme perspective. I think it's much more likely that he's just taking more chances with the football because he knows he has some real competition in Kyle Trask. The former Florida quarterback was drafted in the 2nd round of the 2021 NFL Draft by Tampa Bay and had just 1 interception through the 9 practices Mayfield had 7 through. Trask is showing what he can do in training camp, and on Monday, he practiced with the first team. Here's what Bucs offensive coordinator Dave Canales recently had to say about Trask.
Probably a little bit of an edge for Baker to start off just in terms of the smoothness of the offense, but it just took a couple of days for Kyle to really settle in. And then what we saw is the last 2 practices, Kyle really showed what he can do, stretching the field with his arm, getting the ball out quickly, making decisions. So I'm really excited about both of those guys and the progression that they've made throughout the last couple of days.
In the same media availability, Canales said the quarterback competition between Mayfield and Trask has absolutely tightened. And while I believe him, I still expect Mayfield to ultimately be the week 1 starter. He's obviously more experienced, and he played some really good football down the stretch of last season. You might have forgot, but on Christmas Day, Mayfield and the Rams dropped 51 points on the Denver Broncos' 7th-ranked defense. Mayfield completed 24 of his 28 passes that day for 230 yards and 2 touchdowns. More important than that, Trask's game is too similar to Mayfield's. If Trask had a dual threat ability that Mayfield obviously didn't, I could see Tampa Bay going in that direction. But I don't think there's a throw or a play that Trask can make that Mayfield can't. It might not last long after week 1 because Tampa will eventually have to see what they have in Trask. But Baker Mayfield should be the Bucs starting quarterback to begin this season. But back to today's trivia question I posed at the top. Who are the 5 Buccaneers to have at least 10 game-winning drives? Doug Williams is at the top of that list with 14 game-winning drives. Tom Brady and Trent Dilfer are tied for 2nd with 13. Famous Jameis Jabu Winston has 11, and Josh Freeman rounds out the top 5 with 10 of them things. But let me know in the comments who you think will win the Bucs quarterback competition. And shout out to our guy right here for this comment. If you don't know what he's talking about, go check out our recent PPOV where I discussed Joe Burrow's training camp injury and what that means for the Bengals this season. But that's going to do it for this episode of PPOV. I'll see you right back here tomorrow.